What's up, YouTube?
Shockwave was right. That shit was
shocking to me. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
I'm Keith.
And I'm Curtis.
I know the vibes.
Yeah.
Y'all seen the picture.
Right.
Y'all seen the thumbnail.
You know why you're here.
Yes. NMIXX, love me like this.
That was actually really smooth.
For sure. If you love us like that, hit that subscribe button and become a real redeemer today. Also, for more content like this, jump on the Patreon. This is a banger. We're going to be jumping into the live version of this.
So if you don't see the live version, if you don't see the live version,
that would be crazy.
No, we low-keyed it.
That's funny. If people be like, it was no live of you, fuck with it. Say nah. Nah, from all their previous stuff and shit been bangers. Like they've been a good group to watch.
Yeah, other than
so
that
far.
first one. The first one was like a little, come on, man. I think I even felt the way about the second one. It was a little jarred.
The Odato and Dice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like
I remember liking Dice.
The beach. I think the more we heard it, the more we liked.
Oh no, that was the one where the reaction ended and like it was playing in the background and
we was like, we can't fuck with it.
On the live, we was like, yo, we just heard it. We apologize.
It's like, yo, fuck everything I just said on that video. The live slaps.
Like,
that must have been so funny for someone who was like on the YouTube and then went right to the Patreon.
Like they didn't even like it. No, what you talking about? They love that shit.
Nah, real shit would be like that. And that probably is crazy.
Needs a second to marinate sometimes, but you know.
Like these are reactions. These are knee-jerk, raw,
fresh,
never
raw
heard
reaction.
it before reactions. You got to take that into consideration.
Yeah, so with that being said, let's jump into it and see what type of reaction we have from this.
I was like, Tiger?
Love me like this, love me like that, love me like this, and I love it right back. 뛰는 심장소리를 따라가 거짓말 울림 and oh my god, oh yeah. Let me hear you say yeah. 숨겨놨던 맘속 뒤끝이 꺼내 걸쳐봐 느껴지는 feels, oh yeah. Don't love it reggae.
Vocals.
Might be a banger.
Loving the build up.
Love me like that. Love me like this. Love me like that.
Love me like this. Love me like
doing that. Hey, hey, hey. Turn up. Love me like this. Love me like that. All right. NMIXX, we got one.
Love that lighting.
Hey. Love me like that. That look fire. Look like she got Rick Owens on. Turn it on. Hey, hey.
That bass probably goes dumb in the car as well.
I ain't even gonna draw. Love me right back. Hey, 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 hey. I'ma love you right back.
All right, so before I say anything, let me put this shit on my list because
You gotta download this too. This might be their best track.
yes.
Respectfully, make sure y'all subscribed, and also this was a banger, so we will be getting into the live on the Patreon.
You might even see a dance practice.
Might even see
Who
a
knows?
dance practice. Might see a god after this.
Might see a guy.
Nah, real shit. Like this probably is the best joint that I've heard.
But you know what? You know what the
respectfully.
difference is that from what I've heard, no drastic beat change.
Yeah, the progressions are there, but they're not drastic.
Whereas before, it'd be like
Not
NMIXX
overtaking-
switch it up, and
Not
they would,
overtaking like the main instrument,
and they would
kinda
literally
just-
switch up the entire beat.
Yeah, and I told you like I've grown to like just be like those are K-pop isms, but I felt like
They would- they
last
took it
time
to the
they
extreme.
took it to the extreme a little bit. And sometimes if it works, it works. Not to compare, but like when like 127 does it or something, you'll just be like, oh, okay, y'all are being experimental or just kind of doing things. So I kind of took that as that. This feels so good. I know y'all probably tired of hearing us talk about like nostalgia feels, but this definitely kind of felt
B-Day.
yeah. Even a whole bunch of different blends and stuff like that too.
Do the sizzling.
He said,
Yeah. No, I was getting a little bit of that too.
yeah, but I just like the pop that it's in. I just like the
Choreo's
like
clean,
the
too.
choreo was
High
clean.
energy.
The looks, I felt like all of them ate.
Yeah.
Even vocally, we've heard them like have runs before, but those kind of punches of like R&B sounds and stuff were just like different. I don't know, the whole aesthetic. I really like everything about this. There's really nothing that I could like kind of like want to nitpick and be like, oh,
Yeah,
well they
so
could have
nice.
did this and this would have helped enhance and did
No,
this.
this was clean.
This gave personality. Like these are them tracks that I think like artists do, and it starts to make them stand out compared to like other people
Their
around
peers,
them.
Yeah.
This is fire, man. This is a group to look out for, and it was crazy is I swear they got a couple other joints because they still got another comeback that we didn't do too. JYP, shit, everyone's outside right now and shit. Damn. Keith, I definitely do want to see kind of like the dance practice too because. A lot of subtlety here with certain stuff, like where it's like more your standard, like like a 2-step and like some of the hip thrusting and everything like that. And it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, even the hip isolations were clean.
Yeah, but they did it so much, and they did a lot of like those tutting moves and stuff. And then I love when people do it and like one side moves to where they'll be like, Kurt, move, no, just
Yeah.
keep, bring it in.
It's that kinetic
Like,
energy.
yeah.
again, as we say.
It just feels
Why
so
was
good.
I getting Guardians of the Galaxy dance off?
It's like,
Bring it back.
bring it back now.
So what are you doing? I'm distracted.
I'm distracting you so you can get the cannon.
Cannon.
But nah, like I said, I have really liked it a lot. Obviously, it's JYP, so we know like the budget is going to be good as far as like the video and everything goes. But I like what they got going on, man. This is really dope. This is a good step in the right direction. Not to say that they were like walking wrong. What is that supposed to mean? But just like the experimental stuff is cool, and I can't speak completely on it to say like, oh well, JYP is the experimental company. It's just that would only be based off of our stuff that we have like with Stray Kids and then some of the stuff with Twice. But yeah, all that being said, this was a banger, and I would like to hear more from them to hear if maybe the 2 or 3 tracks that we heard previously maybe had been something more experimental, and if this is more of them, or if this is them actually being experimental and just kind of going from there. But yeah, that's my spill. This is fire. This is the best joint in my opinion.
Yeah.
We can download
Love
it
the
too.
song. Can't say enough about the song. Nick kind of hit it on the head.
God bless you, soul.
All right, thank
Bless
you. Thank you.
Production was crazy. After a while, that bass, you just like heard it, and it was just nasty. It was just like really, really just filthy. You could definitely feel like when you put this in the truck and you turn the volume up, like you're gonna feel that shit in your chest. As far as the video is concerned, it was a good video, but there were some things I was kind of confused about. So clearly there was a Wizard of Oz theme here somewhere, and it just seemed like they didn't follow through on it. Like, they go out the window, she's holding the Tin Man's head, watering the plants with it, and the scarecrow was out in the joint, and even when she gets in the car, the LED screen in the car shows the scarecrow's face, which is interesting. But I thought to hit it home, maybe a yellow brick road, or maybe even like highlight yellow sneakers. Not yellow sneakers, red, like ruby red sneakers. I thought that would have probably definitely hammered it home, but it just seemed like it was an incomplete concept. Other than that, I mean, that's nitpicky, but other than that, the choreo was really while I was here. The choreo was fire. And it was just extremely well done with a lot of energy. Oh, okay, and see, that was crazy too, because it was like Little Red Riding Hood. What I guess that would be the end mix of it. Got it.
They had a little dog too for Toto.
Yeah, they kind of did. Well, no, they doubled the dog. The dog was also Toto and the Cowardly Lion, because they drew a lion's mane on him.
No, I thought that was
last
actually
scene.
pretty. Someone behind the scenes like, I'm saving budget.
Yeah, so
that was smart though.
you know what I mean. So like it was yeah. And but she was also the one with the red sneakers on too. But they're not like ruby red sneakers. They're kind of like you kind of stretching, because the white soles take up 90% of the fucking shoe.
She's like, I still got to do the choreo.
Hey man, wear some Chucks. But all in all, I thought this was a dope video. Like again, like if we weren't doing what we doing, like, and I was just watching the video to watch it, I probably wouldn't even give a fuck about the concept. But because I'd be so caught up in the choreo. But this was definitely fire.
Yeah, I downloaded the song. The album is called Expargo. The cover art already looks out of this world. So, you know.
That's it.
Yeah. And this is the second track on there. We didn't get into Young, Dumb, Stupid. Young, Dumb, Stupid. It sound like I'm talking crazy. It sound like I named someone's name.
Well, I mean, you know what the saying usually is for us: young, dumb, and
Yeah.
So that's probably a better way to go about it.
Yeah, but that was
Especially
the first.
with them,
That was the first joint,
Okay.
and this was the second joint on it. And then you have Password, Just Did It, My Gosh, and Home, and that kind of wraps it up. 19 minutes. Yeah.
Bro, can we get an album that's longer than a fucking episodic sitcom, please?
No, I thought this was really great. The only thing that really is taking a little bit from the grow on me, I would say, is the hook itself. And it's not that it's like bad or anything like that, but it's just like, you know, in the aspects of kind of watching the MV, you know, obviously like when we see live performances and things of that nature, like you kind of get more into the crowd setting and how it's like intended to be performed and everything like that. I would say it took like the longest to grow on me in the scope of like what the song is itself, but I don't feel like that's anything that's going to like, you know, hinder me from like multiple listens. And, you know, that's something that, you know, I'll adjust to like a lot more in those times. But honestly, everything else within the song, you know, gelled like perfectly well for me. And to kind of double down on what Keith was saying as well, when some of the other tracks that we had checked out had been more high in the production aspects as far as like the changes and everything like that, for it to kind of be as smooth as it was, and perhaps that was a little bit for what I was thinking with the hook, as far as maybe not knowing if they were going to fully commit to this or fully you know, commit to another beat change or something like that. Mm-hmm. You know, if that was par for the course or experimental, as you had said. So I thought that was really interesting how they did that, and I do think that's something that's going to be fine, you know, for me personally at least, you know, hearing it multiple times after this. But the rest of the track I definitely did like. The vocals were clean there. I like kind of the concept in the video for sure. The choreo was hitting, and you know, the verse structure of everything, though, I didn't feel like it needed too much of a rap presence or anything like that. But I thought, like, you know, what versions they had for the lyrical kind of presentation of it, I guess, you know, calling it rap. Mm-hmm. I thought that all those things hit as well. Some of my favorite things in the video itself, to kind of touch on what Keith had said as well, with the concept and everything being kind of, you know, like the whole, I guess, Wizard of Oz thing. But I thought like it was really creative, kind of how they did it. Definitely, like I felt like they could have, you know, because there's so much lore with that in general that you can fully commit to it and do like a ton of other things. But I thought the general kind of gist of what they were getting across was really cool. I thought it was cute as well, kind of having, you know, the dog be Toto, but also the lion and everything like that. Because the thing that I like too with the Tin Man thing is in the lyrics they say, basically this love, or kind of what you feel like, I was a desert before that, and you know, you're the rain, or like that feeling with you is basically the rain that kind of waters everything, gives it life, which is both a pun from, you know, there's no place like home, but then the Kansas thing where it's like all dry and desert like in the movie, and then the fantastical element of the other world is, you know, what that person represents. So concept-wise, I thought that was really cool as well. But then also literally having the Tin Man head as like the pail that you're using to pour the rain that's lighting everything up. And Tin Man, of course, in Wizard of Oz is the one who lacks a heart or wants a heart. So if you're using that to represent, someone who's cold in exterior and then kind of, being lit up again, I just think that that's like really creative and unique in and of itself. And I thought it was well portrayed, within that. The choreo and everything I did really like, even kind of where it seemed like they were sheltering the person in the beginning, where the person in the beginning had the heart up, but everyone else around them was in a circle, basically like a defense mechanism, kind of like, you want to love, but then you're kind of barricaded or have, these walls up seemingly. But then at the end, when you bookend that, everyone is holding up the hearts and standing side by side, basically that like, pathway was open, so to speak, or at least to my interpretation of it. But I even like how they kind of had like almost made like it seemed like they made like a little bit of a flower where one member was right in the middle and everyone else was kind of spinning around. But then they were intercutting that with the field maze kind of lighting up with flowers after the heart was poured. So it seemed like there was some kind of like kindlings in that aspect, I guess. But all that seemed like it was really creative and cool to me as well. Definitely the vocal runs, particularly that you were hearing towards the bridge, I would say is my favorite part. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. The hook did take a little bit to grow on me, I would say. But I definitely look forward to what the rest of the song is going to present, especially in a live setting. But I definitely love the video and everything with that too.
Yeah, whoever Shorty is, like with the shorts on right there in the front, the little joint, she is fucking moving. Yeah. That shit is like, I feel like it's a lot of energy up front and shit. They started the thing over the punch. Anything you want to add?
Oh, no, I thought this was cool. Definitely a good job. Good job.
Yeah, jump in the comments, give us a little bit more information. Definitely a group where we gotta like start knowing some of the names and stuff like that as well. I'm going to jump into the live performance.
The live is coming.
Yes, I believe it is alive too for like Dice up there too, and probably the other track that we did and stuff. No, I think it's done already.
Oh, damn.
Hashtag keeps a hater. Other than that, we love y'all. We're gonna holler at y'all.
I've been vocal.